Kiddos, so we have been working really hard on writing expository essays. What we're going to talk about today is wrapping it all up with a conclusion. Okay, conclusions are simply the last paragraph in your essay, and it has to have 3 parts. So, in the 4th grade on the ACT Aspire, it asks that when we write, we have to answer 4 questions. So far, our essay has answered 2 of these 4 questions. Today, we're going to talk about answering the last 2. So this is what your prompts are always going to look like, okay? Right here. They look big. That's why I haven't shown it to you yet, because they're not scary, okay? Because you've already done more than half of your essay without even looking at this thing. So I promise you it's not scary. But the most important part are these 4 questions right down here. Okay, so we have been working on favorite movie, okay, and what makes that movie good. That's what the majority of my essay has been. So if you look here at my essay, okay, I talked about my favorite movie. I told 3 reasons why I liked it. I gave paragraphs and examples about why I liked it. What we haven't talked about yet are these last 2 questions in this writing prompt. This is what the ACT Aspire says we have to write about, okay? Says, what makes this movie better than others, and what kinds of things do all good movies have in common? Now, I know that sounds kind of daunting, but I'm going to show you that it's not that difficult, okay? So in your conclusion, you have to rewrite your thesis statement, which is that green sentence that we have worked on, okay? You need to talk about why yours is, I have to just do a smaller font, is better than others, okay? And then you're going to have to talk about what all good have in common. Now, I want you to notice that I left a blank there, what all good blank have in common. That is because it doesn't matter what our topic is, this format works. So this week, our format is what all good movies have in common, okay? But we're going to write essays about food. So we can say what all good foods have in common. We're going to write essays about vacation spots. We're going to write essays about books, okay? So whatever your topic is, that's what goes right there in that blank. So this is the topic. All good, whatever, have in common. Let me give you an example. Now, in my essay that we've been looking at, that I've kind of been writing for you as an example, my thesis statement says, my favorite movie is Harry Potter because it is full of fantasy, sprinkled with comedy, and packed with action. Well, step 1 in writing a conclusion says to rewrite your thesis statement. So that's what I'm going to do. This is my thesis statement written over again, okay? Step 2 in my anchor chart says, why yours is better than others. So I need to talk about why my favorite movie is better than other movies. So I would start with my favorite movie. So Harry Potter is better than other movies because this is where I'm just going to use my 3 yellows again. I'm just going to say them a little bit differently. So remember, I had a yellow of, I'm going to kind of make it orange because yellow is hard for y'all to see. I had a yellow of fantasy. I had a yellow of, oops, nope, that's all I'm going to highlight. I had a yellow of comedy, and I had a yellow of action. So I want to say Harry Potter is better than other movies because of the fantasy, comedy, and action. But I want to use some different words so I'm not repeating myself. So I'm going to say Harry Potter is better than other movies because I'm going to say it takes me to a new world. Remember, that was one of the things I talked about with fantasy in my essay. Okay, comedy, because it takes me to a new world, keeps me laughing, and has me on the, laughing goes with comedy, right? And has me on the edge of my seat. That goes with action, right? Okay, so I'm just taking my 3 yellows and restating them. So takes me to a new world. That orange goes with fantasy. Keeps me laughing. That goes with comedy. Okay, and on the edge of my seat goes with my action. Okay, all right, so I've answered those 2 questions, but now I need to answer this last one here. What all good topic, which is movies, have in common? Again, kiddos, I'm going to use my yellows to help me. So I'm going to start by saying, just like my favorite movie, all good movies have, pop my 3 in there, okay, have the ability to take me on an adventure. Okay, that goes back with fantasy, going on an adventure. Okay, have the ability to take me on an adventure. Make me feel good. That's what goes with my laughing. Okay, because remember that's what we said in my writing, that laughing makes me feel good. Make me feel good. And then my last one on action, keeps me on the edge of my seat. Let's say is exciting. Has the ability to take me on an adventure, make me feel good, and stay exciting. Okay, so exciting goes again with my action. Feel good goes with my laughing. Okay, taking me on an adventure goes with my fantasy. Just taking my yellows and restating them in different ways. Okay, so this is what my conclusion is going to sound like. My favorite movie is Harry Potter because it is full of fantasy, sprinkled with comedy, and packed with action. Harry Potter is better than other movies because it takes me to a new world, keeps me laughing, and has me on the edge of my seat. Just like my favorite movie, all good movies have the ability to take me on an adventure, make me feel good, and stay exciting. We're actually going to say excited. That fits better. Stay excited. Okay? All right, guys. That's it. I've answered those. I've done those 3 things, right? I rewrote my thesis statement here. I said why it was better than others, and I said what all good movies have in common. Okay? So I'm going to put this on your expository digital notebook on Classroom for you to look at. Please go back and reference this as you are writing, okay? Your conclusion needs to have those 3 parts in it as well. Please let me know if you have any questions as you're writing or struggling through a conclusion. Just let me know. All right, kiddos? I can't wait to see the awesome writing you guys produce.